California's Gold is produced in association with KCET Los Angeles and is seen statewide on California Public Television. This series is endorsed by the California Teachers Association, the California School Boards Association, and the California Library Association. You know, the great thing about traveling around California, especially when you're on the back roads, is that you never know what treasures you're going to come across, quite by accident. And that's exactly what happened to us recently up in Gold Country. We were driving from Jackson to Volcano in Amador County, going down a nice little tree-lined road, minding our business, and looking forward to spending some time in Volcano, which is a very historic little town. Well, about half a mile before we got to town, we saw a small sign on the side of the road that said Masonic Caves, and that was just too good to pass up. So we turned onto a dirt road, drove a short distance, and ended up not only discovering a well-hidden and fascinating part of California history, but spending time with two of the friendliest and nicest people I've ever met. So here it is, our serendipity adventure in search of California's gold. Good morning. Anybody home?
Yeah, hi.
Good morning.
Welcome to the cave.
Welcome to the caves. Hi, come on down.
Here's the caveman.
The caveman.
Yeah.
Come on down. Who are we talking to? We just veered off the road. We saw your sign out there.
Well, I'm Ginger Holman. This is my husband, Jerome.
And what's the deal? Is there a tour here or something?
We're kind of a self-tour, but we'd be glad to show you around.
Well, great. Can we get started?
Sure.
Or do you want to finish your coffee first?
That's
Well,
fine.
I think I'll set the cup down. So
Oh, well, you can come on down, yeah. This dog looks pretty friendly down here.
Yes, she gives the tours.
Oh, good morning. What's her name?
Kissy.
Hi, Kissy.
And this is Samantha. She's our cat that's gone through 3 lives. The raccoon had got her eye, and she's lost a tail. But she shows us the baby rattlesnakes when they come up. So she's a good snake cat.
There are rattlesnakes around here?
Oh, yeah. But they're friendly.
Oh, all right. So where are we going? We literally saw this sign on the side of the road that said Masonic Caves.
That's right. Yes.
Well,
this,
give you a little background. In 1854, Volcano was the most populated city in all of California.
Uh-huh.
Miners worked the gold up and down the creek. You see from down there all the way clear on down.
Uh-huh.
And at that time, where we're going now, cave number 1, was a vegetable market.
What do you mean, the vegetable market?
That guy used to sell vegetables, and the reason being that the temperature in that cave, whether it's 100 degrees out here or so, the ground's about the same.
So he was selling vegetables to the miners, to the people who were out here looking for gold.
Where he got them, I don't have any idea.
Oh, is this cave number
This is
1?
cave
Cave
one.
number 1.
And they used to shoe the mules back
here.
there where we've got Kissy's area.
The pin is.
Uh-huh.
And we still find the old nails. The old nail.
Now, wait a minute. How far back would he go in there to sell vegetables?
Well, the cave goes all the way down. You can go right through and come out at cave number 2.
Uh-huh.
And there's a tunnel for children. They can go through and come out in the second cave.
Mm-hmm.
Where Kissy's going.
But he just set up shop and sold vegetables out of that cave.
Yeah, the folks around, you know. Because there was people living out here in the meadow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, lots of folks.
All right, that's cave number 1, the vegetable store.
Yep. And then we're going around the corner here.
And now the old road came in back and came back in here and went, oh, this is a swamp area in the back. And it came over, and you'll see the remnants by the St. George Hotel in town.
Is this a tree? What is this thing? This
is all this vine. I planted that about 18 years ago.
This whole thing up here is a vine.
Yeah, now let me show you something. Step back here with me.
Look at the size of that vine. Wow.
Well, if my bank account had grown as well as that vine, I wouldn't have much to worry about, would I?
Wow.
Now, if you look at that, you'll know how the town got its name. It looks like a volcano, see?
Well, that vine came after the town was named Volcano.
Oh, yeah, a long time. But I'm just pointing out the way that
it looks kind of like a volcano.
Well, it used to be all like that. See the rock right there? Until the vines covered it over.
So you mean that's all rock?
Yes, solid rock, just like that.
Oh, wow. This is so interesting.
It is. It's beautiful.
So you all have lived here how long?
We've been here about 12 years.
Wow. Oh, there went a little baby deer. Oh, look.
Yes, the deer.
A deer.
See, they come for the old pear tree. They're coming in to eat the pears. Yeah.
Kissy likes those deer, doesn't she?
It just went out to the other old pear tree out back.
Oh, look, we can see a little deer. Oh, they keep running before our camera can get to them, but believe me, there are deer everywhere out here. Do you feed the deer?
Yes, I do. I feed critters. I have 2 fox that come. One I named Zorro and the other one's Zeta after Jones. And we have a stray cat that I feed that comes every day. And the raccoon and some skunks.
Oh.
And the coyotes, of course, come up once in a while.
I didn't know this was a zoo tour we were getting. I thought this was a cave tour. This is amazing.
Yeah, we got more critters in the zoo.
All right, let's head on over to cave, what do you call it, cave number 2?
Cave 2. That's in the old days, cave number 2 was a saloon. It was called a spring saloon. And the reason being that down in the bottom of the cave there's a spring, and that's where they used to keep their whiskey. I tell everybody I was just a boy at the time. They wouldn't let me in.
Don't forget the candy they have.
Oh, they sold candy too.
In the saloon?
Yeah.
This is amazing. So all of this, oh, here's the rock that's covered by the vines. So this is just a big rock here with these caves in it.
That's
It's a big booger.
Oh, here's cave number 2. Look at this.
No, this is where you come out of cave 1.
Okay, so this is the back door to the vegetable market.
That's right.
And you'd come out of here and go over.
And this is cave 2.
Oh, look at this.
Show him that big rock around the thing in there.
Look at this. This is amazing back in here.
In the old days, the Miwoks, if you look to the left, of course you can't see it from here, but there's like 2 caverns in there. And in the Miwok Indians, that's where they used to live back down in there.
So the Native Americans lived down here.
Absolutely, the Miwoks, yeah. Now, we have I'll show it to you. We have a Miwok burial crypt, and we've signed an agreement with them not to disturb it. And,
but now down here, how could they have a saloon down in there?
Well, the saloon wasn't down in there. Here's where they had the saloon.
Oh, it's just right here.
Yeah.
But it would keep cool because of the air coming out of the cave.
That's right, and they used to keep their refreshments
down there to keep them cool. And look at this. What is this growing out of the rock?
Well, it's just an old tree. They cut it down. You can see it's been cut down.
But look how it works all into the
stone.
Look at these roots at these.
Yeah.
This is old, and look up here. Yeah. All of this moss and all of these rocks.
Yeah.
This is one of the prettiest little areas I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're in the National Caves Registry. And we have had visitors here from virtually all over the world.
Do they usually see it just like we did, just driving down the road and pull in?
Apparently, I don't know, unless they unless they get it in, you know, if you belong to these societies, they have it in these pamphlets that people.
But you all don't have a big advertising budget, do you?
If we do, I don't know where it came from.
All right, so
Well, it couldn't have been over about 13 cents.
so now here's the cat with no tail and one eye.
That's Samantha.
Uh-huh.
I got more money invested in that cat than I do in my van.
All right, come on, let's go back. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this coming down here.
Yeah.
What a beautiful walk.
Well, let me tell you something. When I moved here, this walk wasn't here. And I hired me a bunch of kids in wheelbarrows, and we made this trail. A bunch of kids from town. I got them together. We had ginger-made refreshments. And
Oh, this is so nice back here.
Very-
And look up here at the rock.
very peaceful.
This is just a big pile of rock you got here, isn't it? I mean, really, you can't tell it because it's so overgrown now, but it was just a big outcropping of rock
When you
here.
get down here and you'll see by the main cave.
Oh, look.
So beautiful. I'll let you guys walk down there.
Oh, look, Cameron, get a look at this. This is just beautiful right here. Now, is this cave number 3?
This is cave number 3. Now here's where the guys held their first meetings.
Oh, the Masonic.
Masonic.
That's why it's called the Masonic Cave.
The Masons. That's just right here in the front of this cave.
Now, what's the story behind this? Why would the Masons be holding a meeting in this cave?
Well, while they were having their meetings in here, they were up on top building the Masonic Hall.
Ah.
This was just kind of temporary. This was just a temporary place to meet.
Did they meet here very long? How many?
Oh, they had about 10 or 12 meetings over the period of it's about a year. It took them about a year.
Before they built the Masonic Hall, because I think when all these little gold mining towns got started, the Masons moved in right away and built them a hall. It was a big deal back then.
Yeah, you bet. That's the way it worked.
Wow, so they got the big cave.
Yep. And you going around here, I was going to show you. This is, if you look at this rock, it's shaped like a fish.
Uh-huh. There's the head of the fish. There's the tail of the
tail
fish.
of it, yeah.
Is that so? That's called Fish Rock.
Fish rock. Well,
Oh, and here's a plaque right here.
yeah, your plaque.
Volcano Masonic Cave in memory of the Bryant brothers, Clemens, Thomas, Roy, and Walter,
Yeah.
whose surviving relatives deeded this property to Volcano Lodge number 56 on June 20th, 1962. Our pioneer brethren held 5 meetings in this cave in 1853 when they were organizing the Volcano Masonic Lodge.
That's right.
So this is very historic right here.
Well, I suppose it is.
I'm trying to get you some business here.
Well, yeah, I tell you what. Monkey or otherwise.
Yeah. Now what's this, cave 3.5 down here?
Well, that's just it's a part of the cave. Some of these caves are interwound.
Uh-huh.
I was going to show you now over here.
Well, I'm not going up this sign. Up this road, it says loose rocks and rattlesnakes.
Yeah, but like I say, the rocks are loose and the snakes are friendly. But right here,
Where do those steps go?
they go up to where the old Masonic Hall used to be.
Oh.
But right here is a Miwok burial crypt
In here.
underneath there. We'd signed the covenant with the Miwoks not to touch it,
Yeah.
so it stays that way.
Wow, this is beautiful right here. Look at this cave over here. This is so beautiful over here.
Yes, I love it, especially on a rainy day.
Yeah, actually today, the fact that it's kind of overcast and rainy, great ambiance. You've even got the rooster crowing in the background.
Right.
That is a rooster,
That's
isn't
a
it?
rooster. They come visit too, along with the dog that sleeps with the horse and the goat.
And what year was it we had the special dispensation?
1991.
1991, by special dispensation of the Grand Lodge of California,
Uh-huh.
we held the first meeting of the caves in 138 years.
Oh, they had a meeting in the cave kind of as a commemoration.
Yes. Well, we...
The
The Grand Master of the Masons of the state of California was here, and he brought his wife, and we had people here from all over the United States. And we set the head of the, you know, like the lodge hall. I don't know if you're familiar how lodge halls all set up. We had people here from all over the country.
Yeah. Well, there are not many of us here right now, but it's kind of nice just standing here and kind of soaking up the atmosphere because you can feel history here.
You can sit there on that bench and meditate and contemplate.
Bats come out at night.
Oh, ma'am?
The bats.
Uh-oh.
The bats come out in the evening.
We have bats, and you can sit out here, and when they come out all at once. You know, hundreds of them.
Wow. How far back does this cave go?
9 miles.
Oh, it's the, well, he's right. But they had to cover it up because of insurance purposes, but it drops 1,300 feet down into a waterway.
Wow.
But because of the insurance and liability, the Masons did grade it up.
But this is just the opening to a huge cave that goes all down through these mountains around Volcano.
He got lowered down in a boatsman chair in the 1960s. He said he was real little and skinny then.
That was pretty adventuresome. How far down did you go?
All the way to the bottom.
You're kidding. 1,300 feet down?
Well, it's...
No, you didn't go 13.
No, we went down there. There's a pool of water. The University of California Spelunker team, they were exploring the caves and mapping it. And we know exactly where the caves go, and it comes out at the old Loopy Stone Quarry. Now, the Loopy Stone Quarry is over off of Old Loopy Road, and that's where they quarried all the limestone to build the courthouse and all the other buildings around Amador County that are made out of limestone. And that's where they got it, over at that old quarry.
So it's all interconnected?
It's all interconnected, yeah.
Are there caves all through these mountains?
Well...
Is this cave country?
I guess it is. Now, if you go down now like the meadow where we're out here, you go down the meadow, there's lots of little caves. Some of them have never been explored, and this is where the coyotes and we've even had a mountain lion take up residence down in there.
Before we go up the steps, Ginger and I have decided to go into the Masonic cave. And Ginger, this is kind of strange down in here. Now, how far back does this go?
Well, it doesn't go very much further than here. This is where it had dropped down into the waterway.
Well, so wait a minute. This back here, come here, Cameron, and take a look at this. This was filled in by the Masons so that people wouldn't go down in there. But originally, this would have gone how far down?
1,300 feet.
Oh my gosh, and look at this. What's this green on the side?
Well, that's just part of what builds up when the water, water comes down through here during the winter.
And is that a hole up there?
They call that the balcony. From cave 2, the stronger teenagers or whatever can crawl up there and look down here.
Ah, so they are all connected.
They're all interconnected.
And there would have had to have been a lot of water. This is still, boy, it's damp down in here, isn't it?
Right here you can see a hook. When this was opened, that was the hook that they used to lower themselves down.
This little piece of metal right here. So this hook, oh my gosh, look at this. Is this what your husband was lowered down on?
Yes.
And he would have been lowered straight down here, 1,300 feet. What did you think about him doing that? Did he tell you he was going to do it ahead of time?
No.
And look over here. What's this?
Well, now if the granddaughters were here, they would tell you that this is where our ghost Frank likes to hang out.
Uh-huh. Your ghost Frank.
Yeah.
And this goes... Oh, boy. That's kind of strange back up in there.
Very beautiful. This is very beautiful.
There are lots of little cracks and crevices. Here's the moss in here. Wow. And where are the bats?
Now the bats, I'm not sure where they come from, but in the evening if you sit out, they will come out and they do like a dance, and then they all just disperse.
They come out of this? Mm-hmm. Do you think they figured out a way to get down through all those rocks?
They probably are up in that second cave, but they just come out through here.
Wow. Wow, this is neat. And the Masons, I've seen the picture of them crouched down. This is where they would have been
when they had their meeting.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. Right here. We're standing in the same place that all of those wonderful men stood and had such great ideas, you know, for everyone, wishes and hopes in their work, their hard work.
They had just come to California. Mm-hmm. They were following their dreams, and they were here in this cave establishing this Masonic lodge.
That's right.
We're heading up the stairs. Now, who put in these railings here?
I'm not too sure. I've forgotten. You remember who put these in?
The Masons, the men.
The men did.
So the Masons were...
They also poured these steps.
Because this is a lot of work.
You bet.
Right here. Is this like a really important spot for the Masons in California?
Well, it has a historic background. You know, this is the thing. This is the way the Masons got started in the state of California.
We're in these little early gold mining towns.
Gold mining towns, yeah.
Wow, this is... Now, oh, look what we've got up here. This is beautiful. Are those oak trees up there?
Yeah, them's oaks.
Boy, this is getting really pretty up here. Wow. So where do we go? We just keep on moving up.
Right on up the hill.
It's been a while since he's been up here.
Yes. Yes. He doesn't come up here very often.
This is an adventure. Oh!
Yeah.
Look what we got over here. This is it right here?
Mm-hmm. This is the remnants of the old lodge.
This is where the old lodge used to be.
They built a lodge
up here,
up on top of this.
Yep.
Was it made of rock or was it made of wood?
It's made out of wood. And
boy, this is something up here.
You gonna tell them what happened to it?
Yeah, well, when they built it out of green lumber.
Uh-huh.
And as time went on, the boards shrank and the knots fell out. And the secretary put in the minutes that it was a mighty drafty place in the wintertime. But the first Thursday of December in 1864 was apparently pretty cold or something, and they had a meeting here. And somebody built a really hot fire in the stove.
Uh-oh.
And when they got ready to go home, they didn't take care of it. So what happened was that it burned the lodge down. That's all that stuff you see hanging on the fence. That's part of that stove that was in this old hall that was up here.
But luckily the secretary took the minutes home.
Yeah.
And so they have the signatures.
Yeah, we've got from the very first cave. Very first meeting in the cave, the minutes of the meeting were written with what they say it was a turkey quill, and he took it and made notes. Now we got a young man he's a chiropractor that they're difficult to read because of the way they scrawled, you know, but he can read them. This is a special place, you know.
Boy, it really is. It's so beautiful up here.
Yeah, we want to tell you about our hawk. The first Christmas, Jerome and I moved here to help take care of it and have it for a place for the kids and everybody to come visit. Our first Christmas, when him and I climbed that tree to put the lights up, we had a hawk come and it sat right over here on one of these trees, and it watched the entire process of the Christmas lights going up. And that evening, or it was getting dark, we lit it, and at that point the hawk made a circle over us. And I think that has a lot to do with the Indian grinding rocks that we have here, and we have had the Native Americans, some of them come here and drum and visit us.
Well, you know, isn't that interesting? This place has always been then kind of a spiritual place.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we used to have an old Indian guy that used to come up here. Where did he sit?
Right over here, just past the grinding rocks. He would come up here
right over here on
and
these
do his
rocks.
prayers.
You see that rock sticking out there? He would sit there cross-legged and
do his prayer.
do his prayer.
So isn't that interesting that the Masons chose this spot for their lodge that had been used by the Native Americans for hundreds, thousands of years before that?
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
wonderful.
It's always. Yeah, you know, it was predestiny or something, pre-design, I don't know, but it seems to be that's the way it worked out.
Yeah. Well, I think it was kind of predetermined that we stop here today, because we didn't know anything about this.
I'm glad that you got here when she was here, because I've got where I can hide my own Easter eggs. I can't remember anything.
You never know what he's going to tell you.
Wow, this has been great. As we leave, look at this tree over here with the moss on it. Look at these beautiful big trees over here. This is such a spectacular and a special place. It's full of not only human history, but natural history, and it just feels good here. This is about as good a morning.
Yeah, you can see, you look back off the trees on the top of the mountains. It's very pretty.
This is about as good a morning as I've ever had. Thank you all so much. Your names again?
I'm Jerry Holman, Jerome Holman they call me.
I'm Ginger.
Nice to meet you. And the cat's name is? Samantha. And the dog's name is? Kissy. And all of this together, the natural history, the human history, the Masonic history, the cave history, the Native American history, all of it combined right here on the side of the road, right outside of Volcano.
Don't forget George and Stinky. We got 2 more cats.
Oh, okay. I was building up for my big climax here. Hold on. All of this together is very much a part of California's gold. Goodbye, everybody. We've had a wonderful, wonderful time here at the Masonic Caves. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Come back.
Well, hello everybody, I'm Huell Hauser, and I sure hope you enjoyed this adventure. If you'd like to see it again or share it with your family or friends, or perhaps donate a copy to your local school or library, it's available on video cassette and on DVD. All you have to do is call 1-800-266-5727, and we'll be glad to send it to you right away.